I'm here with Dana Young, President and CEO of Visit Florida, following a fantastic celebration of Everything Florida last week at Florida Fest, a virtual week-long series of online events for travel agents, tour operators and buyers. So first up, Dana, I appreciate that was probably a key example, but could you tell us a little bit about how you're investing in the UK market at the moment?
Well, absolutely. And what a great week we had at Florida Fest. And hopefully we can talk about that a little bit more in a few minutes. But the UK is Florida's #1 international market. And we have been committed since the beginning of time to building and helping that relationship thrive. So we are not only were we, behind the TTG Florida Fest last week, but we are constantly working with our industry partners in the trade, tour operators, and business partners like BA, Virgin, and lots of others in building and growing our relationship between the UK and Florida. So we are 100% committed to the UK and continue to be involved in every aspect of travel, trade, PR, all types of marketing, pretty much everything.
And just how important are travel agents to you within that market?
In the UK, it's absolutely critical. Since coming into this position at Visit Florida, I have learned a lot about how different countries and travelers in different countries approach travel. And in the UK, travel agents and tour operators are absolutely essential to getting folks here to Florida. And so it's been a real pleasure to have so many opportunities to interact with travel agents and to be able to educate them on Florida and on some of the off the beaten path opportunities that we have here in Florida. We also have our Florida Travel Pro platform where we can continually update and train travel agents and tour operators on all of the new offerings that we have here in Florida.
I know we're really keen to catch up a bit on last week's event. So why was Florida Fest such a sort of key opportunity for you guys? And tell us a little bit about what you feel it achieved.
Florida Fest was amazing. And, when we're talking about a virtual event like this, you just don't know how it's going to go, but we were thrilled with the success of it. We had over 400 travel agents registered. And in our masterclass series, we had 60 to 70 agents registered for each one of those classes, which is a very large number. Agent trainings were 50 to 60 people. And then, of course, we had some uniquely Florida fun things like paddleboard yoga. And then the beer tasting toward the end of the week, hosted by Cigar City from Tampa, was such a big hit with everyone. So we felt like it was a uniquely Florida event. We've gotten nothing but positive feedback, and we were thrilled at how successful it was.
Fantastic. So you obviously spoke to a lot of UK partners last week and got a bit of a sense of just how things really are going on the ground here. So can you just tell us a little bit of the feedback that you had from some of those partners last week, whether it's how Florida actually is selling at the moment, given the really difficult landscape we're in, and maybe some of the trends they noticed, that kind of thing?
Right. Well, the world is ever changing, isn't it? And one thing that hasn't changed is that Brits want to travel. Maybe not right this moment, but the UK is such a resilient country, and Brits are keen to travel. And in fact, they're already booking in 22, 23, even 2024. So we are seeing this pent up demand, and we know that when the time is right and when these restrictions eased, we're going to see a lot of Brits here in Florida, and we are thrilled at that. And in fact, as soon as we are able to get to the UK, as soon as the restrictions are such that we're able to travel, my chief marketing officer and I are planning to come as soon as possible to meet directly with travel agents, tour operators, and our other key partners in the UK to just talk about the future and demonstrate our commitment to your market.
Brilliant. Yeah, I'm sure that'd be very much appreciated. And we talk about people here in the UK, but what about on the ground in Florida? Obviously, there are so many people in the world who are hugely affected at the moment by the crisis that's going on, and so many jobs are at risk, and it's a really worrying time for everybody. But how about local partners on the ground in Florida? What's Visit Florida been doing to try to support those, those amazing providers throughout all of this difficult time?
That's a great question. We have over 13,000 partners here in the state of Florida. And since the pandemic began, we have been supporting them in a variety of ways. But currently, and most importantly, we are in market at this moment with two major campaigns, which our partners have bought into in a lot of co-op marketing opportunities. And we are helping pay down the media cost for them of these campaigns. So the first of those is an in-state marketing campaign where we're encouraging Floridians to remember why they love living here and to get out and explore parts of the state that maybe they haven't seen and support our Florida businesses. And our second campaign, which just launched last week, is our domestic campaign in the eastern United States. So we are hitting drive markets roughly 700 miles from Florida and encouraging people to come to Florida. Because unlike a lot of other states right now, Florida is open for business. Our hotels are open, our restaurants are open. We're practicing safe practices, but we want people to come, and we know that people can make the right decisions that fit with their comfort level. So we're open for business, and we're thrilled to invite people in the UK to come as soon as they possibly can.
Fantastic. And speaking of which, clearly this year is going to be a very strange year when it comes to looking at arrivals and visitor numbers, but have you got any sort of sense of how things are likely to end up this year?
Well, I try, in a good year, I try to stay away from predictions. And this year in particular, I think any prediction I made would probably be wrong. But I will say that I am an optimist. And I do believe that knowing that things are open here in Florida and knowing that there is a pent-up demand in the UK to travel, I think that down the road, it can only end well and positively for our tourism industry in Florida once we're able to welcome international visitors back. So not really a prediction, but a hopefulness.
No. And do you have any particular goals for next year? Are there any sort of particular sort of numbers you've got in mind, or any sort of goals that you're setting just when that momentum can come back again?
Well, we're clearly one of the few states in the U.S. that's in market now, encouraging travel, and so we haven't, or I don't have any specific numbers in mind, but certainly as we talk about international travel, we are looking at this in a very bullish way. We not only want to regain our international market share, which was very large, particularly from the UK, but we want to grow it. And what that means for us is that we need to demonstrate in a very personal way our commitment to the UK market. And so that is why I intend to come to the UK as soon as I possibly can and meet in person with our partners and talk about how we can work together to achieve the goals that we both have for international visitation to Florida.
Great. And in terms then of the messaging that you're going to be going out with when that is possible, marketing plans and activity for 2021, have you got any, I'm sure you do have loads of plans, there's been sort of time to focus on that, I suppose, this year, but what sort of things are you looking at promoting, and what sort of activity have you got planned for next year?
Well, in Florida, we have such an amazing array of outdoor experiences that are very popular always, but particularly important now. You know, over 100 state parks, 3 national parks, over 800 miles of beautiful beaches. And so we've always talked about the outdoor experiences that we have in abundance. We've somewhat doubled down on that, and we continue to sort of push people even outside of what they may know in the outdoor realm. So as that goes, and looking toward the future, we've talked with agents, and what we're hearing from travel agents is that a twin center holiday seems to be something that people are interested in. So to visit a theme park or some sort of iconic Florida destination first, and then go and do something brand new, get out and explore a new city or a new area of the state, or try something new. Over my COVID quarantine, I learned to scuba dive. So I will be actually exploring the underwater part of Florida very soon, which is something brand new for me. There's always something new and fresh and exciting to do here in Florida, and we look forward to sharing it with all of our friends in the UK.
And then finally, what do you sort of see as the outlook for Florida's tourism market? Have you sort of identified any segments or sectors that you think have got particular potential to grow? Maybe even ones that, like we say, haven't really been particularly big in the past. Just any new areas that you think you can really see growing in the future.
Well, as I mentioned, we are looking at taking advantage of our strategic position right now at looking to build our international visitation. Obviously, we have to focus on getting people domestically here first, but that is the international market share is absolutely critical, and in all of our key markets. We know that people want to travel, and a recent study by a big consulting firm here in the US found that about half of Americans are ready to travel. And once you can get them over that hump, 80% of those that do travel will be ready to travel or comfortable traveling again. So one of our challenges is to figure out how to get people into that 50% and grow that 50% that are ready to travel, knowing that they will eventually, most likely, find it safe and very wonderful and want to get back out there. So we're dealing with all the same issues that everyone else is dealing with, but I think we're dealing with them in a very positive and optimistic way. And look, we have a wonderful state here, and people want to travel to Florida, and we're going to do everything we can to let people know that we're open for business and that they can have an amazing and safe holiday here in Florida whenever they come.
Are there any particular new attractions or developments that agents could use when they are talking to clients and to get them really excited about being able to return to Florida?
Well, that's a great question, because just before the pandemic, Florida had reached record tourism numbers, 131 million visitors just last year. And so 3 of our theme parks in the Orlando area had just opened or were about to open great new attractions within the park. So for example, Legoland, which is a children focused park, only children, unlike some of the others, but mainly children at Legoland. They just opened a brand new hotel that had a pirate theme. And it was just when the pandemic really started that they were planning to open it. So that would be one thing that families from the UK with younger children could enjoy that certainly they haven't seen yet. At Disney, they had just opened the Star Wars land attraction. And so that is something that I'm sure a lot of people from the UK had not experienced before. And then at Universal, they had a new ride in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter area. And so, that is 3 new things that were not there prior to the pandemic or had just opened. And that would be brand new to many travelers.
Fantastic. So there's so much in store then. I'm sure agents are going to be absolutely desperate to get selling as soon as they're able to, and I'm sure absolutely welcome you with open arms when you're able to make the trip over here. But for today, it's been really nice to catch up with you, Dana, and hopefully we'll be speaking to you again very soon.
Well, thank you. I look forward to it, and I look forward to speaking with you again soon. And I thank you for the time, and we can't wait until we can start traveling and seeing one another again.